All right, guys, so we've got some brand new pictures of the Crystal Lake TV show set here from Friday the 13th Archivist over on Instagram. Give them a follow if you haven't yet. I'm guessing this person works on the production because these pictures are very up close and personal, folks. So I think we've got about 10 pictures or so. Let's just go ahead and scroll on through. There's a few more that they've got listed or, included with this bunch on Instagram, but a couple of them are things we've already seen before. So I just went ahead and kind of trimmed the fat and brought on the new stuff. So we've got one of our docks here leading out to the, the titular Crystal Lake. There we are. So nice little shot of the lake, plenty of green algae, floating lily pads, what have you, out there on the lake. It looks beautiful out there. It looks very, very serene. Nothing bad could ever happen out here, right? No one would ever drown or take revenge for a drowning or anything, right? Then we've got another shot here of the just a different set of docks here. These, I know they're not the original docks that were there in the first film, but these look like they're right around that same area. Got to look very reminiscent to the docks from the original, but they definitely look, revamped and new. So, just another shot there of the lake. Coming up here, we've got, I believe in the last post I did, with the pictures from Friday the 13th Archivist, we were seeing this little flower bed and signpost under construction. So, and of course, for the folks watching after the fact, you're going to get a bigger version of this that you can take a better look at. But we've just got, it's a little directional signpost that just tells you how to get to each cabin, get to the restroom, showers, all that kind of fun stuff. So just wanted to show you guys that. And even though this one is something that we've seen before, we've got that sign, the signpost there in the foreground. We've got our hippy dippy love, joy, and peace cabin there that is all painted with this gorgeous mural. I think this looks great. Like, I love the production design and the set dressing, set design, everything that they've been doing here for the TV show. As far as the looks go, I'm really on board with, and I'm so hopeful that the story is going to be it doesn't have to necessarily knock my socks off, but the story's got to be good for this to really work. Even if the show looks great, I'm looking at you, Alien Earth. Even though the show looks great, the story has to match, in that quality for sure, for it to be a great experience overall. And then here we've got a shot. I don't know if this is from the hippy dippy cabin just shooting out of the back here, but this is from within one of these cabins, just showing some of the nature. So yeah, just there, it's got that old-timey look. You can see the cracks between the boards there, so bugs are able to get in. This is not your modern, comfy kind of cabin. This is your old school, roughing it kind of cabin that creaks when the wind blows and all that stuff. So we got a really nice shot there. And yeah, this person must be part of the production. I don't know who they are. I just only know them from Instagram here, but I'm very happy for just all of the pictures they've been able to provide. So here's the mural cabin before the painting, right? You can tell because that flower bed's there in the foreground to the left. We can go back. So yeah, it's the same cabin. This is just the after. This is the before there as well. Inside one of these cabins here, we've got some items you may recognize. There's the infamous yellow rain jacket. It looks very similar to what Alice wears in the, original film. So I don't expect Alice to be in this TV show because it takes place before all of that stuff. But a nice little nod there to the OG. And then, of course, we've got just your regular, floating donuts or rescue lifesavers, I guess you could call them. And some boats, some snowshoes back there as well. Interesting. Do they do winter camp at Crystal Lake? Do they do that? I mean, I would imagine it snows there, but I don't know. And we got another shot here of one of the cabins. So this looks like where some of the kitties are staying there. And I believe, let's see here, you could even see there's an arrowhead there on the rafter. Let me see if I can grab, I think I've got an image of that close up. So let me see if I can grab that really quick. Let's see what we've got here. Sorry, guys, just give me 1 second and I'll be able to add this one. There we go. Okay. So yeah, Shinnecock, I think is how you say that. I think that's what we're seeing here, just zoomed in there above the doorway, or yeah, above the door on the cross beam there. Shinnecock. All right, so that's the name of this cabin. So there we go, confirmation. And then we've got to look inside the cabin as well. So yeah, very rustic, very old school, very 70s, summer camp for sure. So a nice little shot there of just the camper's gear. Hopefully some of these kids make it out. Hopefully they get to go home after summer camp there. And then here's a shot that we kind of saw previously. It was much more it was much further away, so now you can see the aquatic staff all listed there. Then we've got the sign above that says thank God it floats. I don't know, is that, oh, that's the TGIF that they're doing there. Okay, gotcha. Thank God it floats. So there we go. Yeah, I mean, we already have confirmation that this takes place in 1971. They've got the staff right there. So we know that we could make a jump at some point 10 years and we can have movies that are still taking place in the early 80s. So I think that's a really nice fit. I think Jason kind of belongs in the early 80s. It's just a good spot for him aesthetically, and it just sort of fits the whole camp slasher vibe. So I like that they're peeling back and going, back to the beginning, sort of realigning the timetable here, having Jason be a kid in the early 70s as opposed to the late 50s. So I don't mind that they're shifting everything, because this is, them rebuilding the foundation of the Friday the 13th franchise as a launch pad moving forward to maybe a few seasons of the show and hopefully some movies after that, guys. So yeah, that's what we've got from Friday the 13th Archivist over on Instagram. Let me know what you guys think of these pictures in the live chat. If you're watching after the fact, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share the channel with someone who you think would dig this kind of content, because we're going to be covering all the Friday the 13th news, whether it's Jason Universe or Crystal Lake. All of that's going to be covered here right on the channel, and we're doing the same thing with all of the other, major horror franchises. Yes, but pretty much any horror news that's interesting to me or might be interesting to you guys, we're going to cover that right here on the channel. So make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, and you won't miss a thing.